Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm McKay. Today's video is an honest review of the Abercrombie Sloane Tailored Pant and my experience in owning them for over a year. Abercrombie's been pretty popular for a while now, specifically their pants. They were really the first brand at this price point to introduce curvy lines, which was very much needed and has obviously been very successful and has been a huge part of their comeback. Even though other brands have started introducing curvy lines, finally, Abercrombie is still really owning the market at this price point. Their tailored pants especially have been getting a lot of attention, and today we're talking about the Sloane pants. And I see them all over the place, from social media to my coworkers to forums with women in business talking about where they do their shopping. They are all over the place. But the question I'm answering today is how they've aged and if they're worth the hype. Also, just a little side note, something that's driving me crazy. This is only the second time in my life that I have ever tried to curl my hair using an iron with a clip. I know that's ridiculous, but I've only used a wand until now, and my hair definitely didn't turn out great, but it is what it is, so we're just gonna have to accept that. Also, my curls have fallen out pretty much immediately, and I have no idea what I'm doing, clearly. I don't know if the temperature isn't high enough or what the problem is, but anyway, back to it. These pants retail for $90, which I think is very reasonable, and Abercrombie goes on sale pretty regularly, so you could probably get them for even less. They come in sizes 23 to 37 and come in 4 lengths from extra short to long. They're sold in regular and curvy fits, so I think that most people will be able to find a pair that works for them, which we love. I'm wearing a size 24 regular in the Curve Love line, which has additional room in the hip and thighs. For reference, I typically wear a size 25 in regular jeans or a 24 in curvy lines, so this is very true to size. Jumping into it, I'm gonna start off with the things I do like about the Sloane pants. Let's get into the fit. Abercrombie really has nailed the fit for curvy figures. So if you have a smaller waist and wider hips, this is gonna be great for you. A lot of brands I've seen try to attempt curvy lines still really haven't hit the mark, but Abercrombie does a pretty good job as far as fit goes. There's also some elastic in the waistband, which can be great for some people. It does mean that's going to fit more people, and it's going to allow for some weight fluctuations. There is definitely a benefit here, and they are really comfortable because of that. These fit even better than the Curve Love jeans, and they have a nice ultra high rise, which makes them even easier to get on. And is something that I personally appreciate as someone with a long torso. I can't be the only one who has the hardest time trying to get some pants on, especially if they're really rigid and they have a shorter fly. Because if they're small enough to accommodate my waist, then they can't actually get over my hips very well, and it's super uncomfortable just trying to get them on and off. But having a longer fly makes that way easier. If you have a shorter torso or you just don't love high rise, there are plenty of other options. They do have some pretty similar styles in mid rise and low rise. The Sloane pant is great because it's very versatile and it's pretty flattering overall. They also come in several different colors and different fabrics, so there really is something for everyone. The front pockets are functional, which I love, and they're a pretty decent size. I can fit my phone in it. Depending how big your phone is, it may or may not fit, but it's nice that they're at least real pockets. Another thing I love is that they're comfortable, again, because of that elastic waistband and that lightweight fabric, and the pleats give you a little bit of extra room. They're very cozy. I wear them to the office. I wear these working from home. Yes, I do actually get dressed working from home. I really try to get dressed for the day, whether or not other people are going to see me. So I do wear these at home quite a bit, and they're really comfortable. I can sit like a little gargoyle, I can sit crisscross, and they're very comfortable. Those were the pros, but we need to talk about the drawbacks. I'm not telling you to buy these or to not buy these. I just want you to know what you can expect so that you can make an informed decision for yourself. Something I've learned is that photos are always going to look the best on the site because they're so carefully curated. The lighting is perfect, they're being modeled by professionals, the clothes are being pinned to the models. This is the best it is ever going to look. So if something on the site already doesn't look great, that's not a good sign. Look at the way these pants drape and how they sit on the model's shoe. It's fine, but it's not great. The fabric and sewing isn't the highest quality. You can see that the seams are a bit bulky and the lines just aren't very crisp. You want nice, clean, crisp lines. Versus a very similar design at Aritzia, the fabric looks neat and crisp. You can see the pleats and the seams are perfect. There isn't a single lump or bump. They just look beautifully done and they are so much more elevated. The Aritzia pants retail for $148, but given the quality, given the construction, I absolutely think it's worth it, and I do think that is a better value. Moving on to fabric. Polyester gets villainized because it's often used as a cheap filler, but polyester does have a time and place, and it can do things that no other fiber can, but it has to be used intentionally. There's also different levels of quality in polyester, so keep that in mind. It's not created equal. It can be a great choice for workwear if they're treated to be anti-wrinkle, but these clearly are not because they wrinkle like crazy. And it drives me absolutely insane, especially when I'm going to the office. I'm sitting a lot, I'm seeing other people, and they are just wrinkled all the time. The Aritzia pants are also polyester, but that was an intentional and practical decision because they're truly anti-wrinkle. Abercrombie probably chose polyester just because it's cheap. Let's talk about how these have worn over the past year. I have started to notice some very subtle pilling, but this will only get worse, especially with this material. Pilling in itself isn't necessarily a problem, it just happens as there's friction and the fabric rubs together. However, there is a difference in the type of pilling. It happens with things like wool and cashmere, but that is very easy to fix, versus polyester, which is prone to this very fine pilling that you really can't do anything about. We have to talk about the construction. The back pockets aren't real, which is a personal pet peeve of mine. I think that all pockets should be functional, especially because their description specifically says that they have functional pockets, which is supposed to be a selling point, and that's not even entirely true. The front pockets are functional, the back ones aren't, so it's kind of a half truth, but I don't know why they would specifically call that out. Kind of weird. Anyway, moving on. If you want to find clothes that are going to last for a long time, you have to look at the craftsmanship. Careful. Everybody say hi to Porter. This is my friend's dog. And there are currently 3 crazy high energy pointers in the house right now. So it's a very full house. And if you hear any barking, that would be why. Back to what I was saying though. So the interior is not great. It's pretty sloppy. The sewing isn't great. There's crooked edges all over the place. And while that isn't really a deal breaker, no one's going to see it. It is a lack of attention to detail. It's a sign of cutting corners and doing things as quickly and as cheaply as possible. I realize this isn't the end of the world. It's just something to be aware of. These seams aren't finished especially well, so they may come undone. Obviously, I realize these pants are being sold at a pretty reasonable price point. There is much higher quality out there, so it really just depends on what you're looking for and what's important to you. Are you looking for something that you can wear on occasion, or do you need this to be a workhorse that's going to last for years to come? That's not something that I can answer for you, so just something to be aware of. Overall, the Sloane Tailored Pants are bad. They actually have a lot going for them, and I can't think of a better pant at this price range. They're affordable, they're size inclusive, they're pretty darn flattering for what they are, they're comfortable, it's a lightweight fabric. There really is a lot of good that these pants offer, and I do see why they're so popular. But they aren't the highest quality and they do have an expiration date, so I wouldn't recommend these. If you're looking for a pair of pants that you can wear for years to come, or if cost per wear is important to you, these probably are not a good choice for you. The fabric and construction aren't great, they aren't crisp, they aren't going to be elevated or incredibly flattering. They're fine, but you are going to have wrinkling and you're probably going to have pilling down the road. I'm going to keep wearing my Sloane pants for as long as I possibly can, but I'm not going to repurchase. I'd much rather invest in the Aritzia Limitless pants, which are not pleated and are in a crepe material, or in the Effortless pants, which do have pleats, and specifically in the Re-Essential fabric. I really wish I had taken pictures of trying this on because they just fit so well and they looked a lot better than the Abercrombie pants. They're just great. So those are definitely pants I'm going to invest in the future. I'd say the Aritzia pants are definitely a better value for what you're getting. However, if you're only looking for something that you want to wear on occasion, then Abercrombie pants are just fine. They look good. Totally makes sense to go that route. If you're still here, thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful and that you can make an informed decision for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!